welcome back to my channel. It's Steph, and as the video title and thumbnail indicates, today we are going to set up this brand new bullet journal. This is an Artist's Loft bullet journal. I picked it up from Michael's. They were having a sale. I think I grabbed it for like $5. It's got 190 pages. I think it's the Artist Loft Premium. It's got this like faux leather, silverish material. There's a couple of test pages in the back and quite a lengthy table of contents in the front. I think it's like 3 pages for contents. Yeah, 3 pages. Which I'm going to fill in later, but I'm setting up this bullet journal as the thumbnail indicated for my younger sister. She has never bullet journaled before, and this was meant to be a Christmas/birthday gift. Her birthday is the day after Christmas, and unfortunately for her, that generally tends to mean she just kind of gets one extra gift. But in this case, the gift I gave her, I spent quite a bit of time on, and now that she's received it and she loves it, I can go ahead and post these videos. So actually I filmed this, I think back in July of 2021. And here we are in the last couple of days of December, and I am finally able to record this voiceover and discuss this setup with you guys. So I tried to center every theme in this bullet journal around something that is a memory for us, or that's something that is part of our lives. So these opening pages are black and silver. So I'm using, my Tombow Fudenosuke Hard tip brush pen, and I'm using the Uni Posca Paint pen in silver because my sister, like my brother and my father and my mother and most of my family, they enjoy the Raiders as a football team. As I'm recording this, John Madden passed away yesterday, which is sad. He was a iconic Raiders coach and commentator, but nevertheless, that is the theme that I had gone with, so that is what we're talking about. So I went with black and silver. I didn't really know what pages she would use, and since it was meant to be a surprise, I couldn't really ask her if she would use these things, so I just kind of put the really most basic things in there for her. So this is a super basic setup, which is why this video is only 12 minutes long. We did the cover page in kind of a graffiti-esque font. She's from California. It's the Raiders. It just made sense to do it that way. The rest of the stuff is basic cursive, maybe some bubble lettering, but generally nothing too fancy. So she does get a grid guide, even though I'm not having her fill out any of her own pages. There are some pages left over at the back of the journal after I do the 6 months, because this one will run her from January through June. I could not squeeze. I was like 2 pages short from squeezing all 12 months into this journal, and I just didn't want to cut anything, so I decided to stick with the 6-month situation and add to it instead. So she does have a future log, very basic, just writing in the dates, and that covers 3 spreads as well. I messed up here, so you can see I'm using my whiteout roll-on whiteout to fix the problem. One thing I will say, and I'll probably talk about it in several of my videos going forward, is that, or at least the ones on her bullet journal, is that this paper for the Artist Loft, even the premium Artist Loft, is only 120 GSM. So I had to be extra careful with going back over things, and there are some instances in January and in June and in February where there is some ghosting and some bleeding, just because of it being 120 GSM and not 160 like I'm used to. And that's just something. Also, because it's slightly thinner paper, erasing tends to fold up the paper more, and I'm heavy-handed and I'm aggressive with the eraser. I fold up my Archer and Olive paper sometimes, so I had to be extra careful with the Artist Loft. So if you are considering that type of journal, they are extremely affordable, and they are great in terms of size and consistency. The dots tend to go right to the edge of the page, which makes the whole page usable rather than having a border around the edge. However, the paper is a little bit thinner if you're used to something like Archer and Olive or Scribbles That Matter or something like that. For this page, I was going to give her a traditional goals page like I have, where I break it into 4 categories, but I didn't really know how she would want to do resolutions or if she even would want to. So I kind of opened it up. This could be a goals page, it could be a resolutions page, it could just be a bucket list. You know, if she just wanted to create this as a bucket list for 2022, I just left it really simple and open for her to fill it in as she wants. This is a bills tracker. So, you know, she is younger than I am, and she is kind of starting out in terms of independence and all that, so I wanted her to have a way to track her expenses, to manage those items. So I gave her a very basic bills tracker. There's plenty of room for things like rent and power and gas, you know, things like groceries that she can include here. However, she could also extend it to, you know, typical spending habits, you know, all very customizable. You can do a lot with these types of spreads. But this way she can see how those bills fluctuate month over month, so she can better plan for that in the future. You know, she can see that her electric bill is going to be quite a bit higher in the summer. Living in California, it's just going to be quite a bit higher in the summer with the air conditioning and the heat and everything. And she can see where other bills are lower in the summer, so she can kind of manage those extra expenses as they happen. And then there's a section for notes where she can write down thoughts like that, things that she notices, one-time expenses that come up that she wants to track can go there, so she doesn't have to create a whole line. And then at the bottom is the total, so she can see what the total cost of all of her bills each month is. I was gonna leave it just plain like this for her, and then I thought, you know, it needs to be a little bit more decorative. Even though I was supposed to be going for just this black and silver Raiders theme, I did stick with that by doing this every other line highlight with this light gray, so she can still write over it in black and see. And then that still didn't look, it looked more like an Excel spreadsheet than a cute little tracker. So I decided to add a little bit of washi tape as well, the same washi tape from the cover, which is the rainbow stars with the black background, and the hot pink, but in this case I only did the stars. And then it went just a little bit over the edge, which drove me insane, so I had to fix that. And I struggled to fix it on this side because it was so small. There we go, finally got it. And then we're moving on to the last couple of pages. Again, because this is her first bullet journal and because I don't know really how she'll intend to use it, I gave her a space to write down important emergency numbers in case, you know, she loses a phone or her phone is broken or anything like that. So important phone numbers and Bible quotes, because she is definitely more religious than I am. We both have our beliefs, and she just tends to practice quite a bit more outwardly than I do. So if she comes across a quote that speaks to her that she wants to remember, she can put it on this page with reference information. And then these last 2 pages that I'm going to be doing are needs versus wants for her, again because she's just starting out and, you know, financially taking care of herself. I wanted her to have this spread to know, like, is it something that she really needs to buy? Is it something that she wants to buy? So she can kind of manage her finances in that way. I just highlight the title section with the Tombow in the light gray. And on the other page, I know you saw I added a couple of little sparkles. I added a cross and a couple of the little very 90s sparkles. I'm doing that here as well, just to add some kind of interest to the page. But that brings us to the end of this very basic setup for my sister's bullet journal. I appreciate you guys watching this video. This series of her bullet journal they'll be shorter videos than my normal ones because the themes aren't quite as intricate, with the exception of one, I think, which is quite long. But I appreciate you guys watching these videos, and I just realized I didn't write the future log title, so I'm going to do that now. If you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to this channel and enable notifications so that you'll know when I release new videos. I don't release videos super often. I do usually a monthly setup for myself, and I will do her monthly setups as well, and then of course, you know, the new bullet journal setups and flip throughs and things like that. But I'm not posting, you know, every day or 3 times a week. So enable the notifications so that when I do post something new, you will be notified and you'll get to see it. Until next time, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we are all looking forward to 2022 being amazing. I'll see you guys next time.